She's like public enemy number one right now. You have to watch videos with a grain of salt.
I think they're just more open-minded over there.
Like at Nose Guard, and he was a little bitty guy, and he would terrorize them, man. They had no answer for him.
What makes you think you know so much about these secret organizations? They're secret. They're secret.
I mean, does it scare you to be successful? BJ. What's
I think I gotta put this in front of my face. You hear me, right? Maybe I just don't hear you.
You hear me?
Oh yeah, there you go. Or you just weren't saying anything.
Yeah, no, I was. I was muted, man. I don't even know how I was ended up muted, bro.
Oh man.
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How's your week going so far?
Man, so far so good, man. Yeah, so far so good. You know, it's going. It's going. It's could be better, could be worse. So thank God for what it is. You know what I mean?
Man, my girlfriend was telling me yesterday she had the worst day. Not trying to make her bad day entertainment, but man, she said first off, work was already kind of a pain. So that just already was a thing. Mm. She had like a bad meeting or something like that. She actually left the meeting. But then she was out at a parking lot, I don't know, getting food or something. 2 cars crashed in front of her on the street. Boom.
Wow.
So she's already
sitting in a car, or
while she's sitting in her car in the parking lot, and they were on the street in front of her.
Wow.
And she just saw it happen, right? And then what else happened to her? She said, "Oh yeah, she parked somewhere. She was trying to go into another spot, another store, and she wasn't paying attention. She parked at a fire station. She parked at a fire station, walked across like the little grass over to the strip center. And when she came back, she had a very unhappy guy talking to her about where she decided to park. So it was just wasn't a good day for her. Her mind was
Hey man, I'm not laughing at her, but how did she park at a fire station?
I don't know. I had to ask her that too before I got to the whole, here, come on, But I did have to ask her that too. I was like, fire station? But she, she said she just wasn't having a good day. So
it happens, man. Sometimes you have so much going on, man, and your mind be all over the place. Next thing you know, you parking at a fire station. And going across the street to the store. Hey bro, it happens, man. It happens. I mean, I can actually say I don't know anybody else it's happened to. So, but now I do know somebody that it's happened to. You know what I mean?
Oh, you do? Oh, now you do. Okay.
I know tonight. So there you go.
No, man. I kind of, I was able to turn that into comedy and have her kind of laugh about the day that she had and stuff. So it was cool. It was cool.
Right.
She had a good end to her day,
Yeah, and that's good, man. That's why you there, man. Is to turn that frown upside down. You know what I mean?
But parking at a fire station is crazy.
Yeah, that's a different one.
In front of the bay where they drive in.
Yeah. She just yeah. I mean, fire trucks couldn't even get in. Ooh-wee. God damn.
So I just thought, hey.
I mean, the big doors didn't give her no kind of. Ooh-wee. God almighty. Damn. Boy, that's cold.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah.
That was a blonde moment for sure.
Yeah. But hey, she had a bad day. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a catastrophic day right there. She
I've,
left bad way back on the other street.
I've definitely done some crazy things. I've definitely done some crazy things.
I'm very surprised. She must not have been gone long enough for them to tow it.
No, no,
Um,
no.
okay, because I'm extremely surprised they didn't just look at
Hmm.
that like, you know
Hmm.
what? Yeah,
But yeah, she said they were pissed. Whoever came out there.
I bet.
Ooh.
I bet. I mean, that's just like somebody parked in your driveway and you don't know who car it is. You're gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah. It's a
Uh,
very important driveway too.
right. And you ain't saving lives. You know what I mean? You just might.
I'm guessing they weren't there. If she saw the fire trucks in the bay, I'm guessing the fire trucks weren't there. It just looked like a big old building.
Yeah, they probably had the doors down because I mean there
Maybe.
may not have been a fire right at that moment. Thank God it was Nan while she was getting some milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, damn.
No, that could have been a worse day though with the car towed. Oh yeah, no, that could have been worse.
I mean, it could have been worse if they
Hmm.
got a call and they couldn't have got out
Nah, it's
and not made it to wherever. Yeah,
yeah.
we don't even want to think about it.
Just gotta pay a little
I'm
more
glad
attention.
she's okay and
She's safe. She's safe. No fires. They're safe.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Just yeah, bad choice. Um, I mean, when I worked for FedEx, man, years back, I parked at what did I park? In like the bus lane. I mean, I know that's not equivalent to parking at a fire station, but
Right.
I parked in a bus lane, and so when I came back out, the bus driver was standing there like this.
Yeah. Upset.
Yeah, pissed
Like, man, what are you doing?
black woman.
This is
Yeah,
where I
yeah,
drive.
on the radio and shit. I jumped in that truck so fast, I'm like, damn,
Oh yeah,
I'm sweating the whole time.
she's about to get you told.
Told, maybe he fired. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a bad deal. But it was just kind of one of them things to where I really wasn't paying attention, and
Yeah.
just yeah, I can't, I ain't got nowhere to park. Let me jump out right quick. Got to run in here, da, 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 and just so happened it was a doggone bus lane. Just not really paying attention, man. So
That happens. One day. Oh yeah.
go ahead. That's it.
One day I was downtown. I had a car full of people. Um, I turned down the wrong way on one of those one ways. Saw all these headlights coming at us. It's like, yee,
Oh
turned
man.
around. You know that
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah. 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 That's yeah, that's a funny deal,
Mm.
man. That's a funny deal.
Oh man,
Uh,
it's crazy.
yeah. Um. So listen, man, we got a couple things we're gonna touch on. We're not gonna hang out too long. We'll get in and out like some bank robbers.
Man.
But a few things I want to touch on, man. And believe it or not, I don't have a lot of videos. A lot of this stuff we came up with was just kind of straight off the muscle. But I thought it was kind of you know, interesting or whatever to talk about. One of them I did see a guy talking about, and I was like, man, he's so right, man. He is so right. And a lot of us, a lot of men know, but maybe a lot of ladies don't know. And we're gonna touch on a little bit of that Cat Williams stuff, man. Everybody just been beating it down.
Yeah.
I just don't want to beat it up, man.
Yeah.
He did what he did. He's getting his buzz. I think he got exactly what he wanted to get, which is good for him.
Yeah. And the first of the year too.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, kudos for him for being able to throw that out there. And
But I at least need to hear. Did you feel he was speaking a lot of the truth? How do you feel?
yeah, I mean, yes, I definitely felt like he was. I'm not gonna say truth, but I mean his truth.
No.
And some of his perspectives, I agree with what he was saying. The whole dress wearing thing, man. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically, I like the fact that um, some people won't allow themselves to be bought for any amount of money.
Right.
To trade in their dignity and all of that, man, for a dollar amount is pretty commendable.
Hmm.
You know, and it's certain things, man, um, that men and women shouldn't do for money, no matter how with the amount of money, man, because you have to wake up the next day and you have to. These are things you have to take with you, and
Yeah.
if you are allowing certain things to happen to you because you're gonna get X amount of money or X amount of big name jobs or whatever,
Mhm.
man, that you can't hardly look in your face and look in the mirror the next day. Shame on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people, I don't think they can handle it. Out of all the people that take the positions and stuff, there's probably
Mm.
very, very few that are like perfectly fine. They don't care. It's
Yeah,
just nothing to them. I think
it
that's probably tiny.
but as far as taking the money and doing willing to do anything,
Willing to do it and not feel anything about it. I think that's
yeah,
the smallest amount of people.
right. Versus the people who do it and actually it's eating them alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you saw Ricky Smiley, man, did a video. He didn't even get through the video.
You
And it was
responded?
Ricky Smiley. He responded. And he responded a couple of times. The first time he was just talking about the whole Money Mike thing, the whole pimp thing in the movie. The second time he didn't even get to the video, man, and he got super emotional.
What?
Yeah. And you can read in it to however you want to read in it.
Yeah.
But the stuff that he was saying about Ricky Smiley and the church lady, that's one of his best. Bernice Jenkins is his. I mean, that's what he's known by a lot is Bernice Jenkins.
He tore
So
Ricky Smiley up.
tell Rick up, man. And so I'm thinking when Rick broke down, man, he was thinking about this guy saying Ricky Smiley plays a better woman than he does a man. And Rick is a proud dude. Just I don't know Rick personally, of course, but just by listening to the guy and listening to him on radio, seeing his show, how he is with his kids, he tries to be a stand-up guy, tries to be a role model for his sons. The whole 9 yards. He seemed like a real stand-up, genuine guy who, I mean, kind of. That's one of his best roles is Bernice Jenkins
Mm,
in the dress and
mm.
whatever. So maybe Rick was thinking when he broke down, and this is something I was thinking about. Maybe he was thinking when he broke down, damn, is there some truth in this man?
Had to be.
'Cause, I mean, he broke down, man, to where he was boohooing, and somebody had to come in like, hey, man, you good? You need, you want me to get some water or whatever, whatever. He, not to mention, Rick seemed like one of them guys, man, who, he hates that black on black tear down kind of thing. And I think he was thinking that as well as thinking, this dress thing, man, and damn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't see him respond. I didn't see him cry. But I'll tell you what, if he did cry, he should not have released that.
Yeah, he
You think it was good for him? Like, what do you think, based on what you saw in the response? You think people would accept that video of him crying?
I mean, I felt bad for the dude because just of course, I don't know. Again, I don't know Rick personally, but just by me listening to him on the radio, I love his the stuff he does on the radio. He's not really a funny guy to me. You know what I mean? He's not a funny guy to me, but you know, the fact that he raised his kids, I think, is amazing. By single, by itself.
Right, right.
And then still having a career like he does, I think he's a little bit stern. I felt like he was a little stern because he wanted to raise his kids like he was raised. And I think that's something that a lot of us make mistakes doing, trying to raise our kids like we were raised when we're in two different times now.
Yeah.
We still can keep a strong, stern upbringing on them, but because we're in a different time, we have to kind of alter how our parents and our grandparents raised us. Well,
It's
when
different.
Ricky Smiley was on his show, when doing his reality show, it was all about, my granddaddy did this, my granddaddy did that,
Mm.
my grandmother did this. Well, I mean, come on now, you're not your granddad. So,
Yeah.
his a lot of his kids rebelled.
Dang.
His oldest boy, uh, the nephew, of course, died, and the oldest boy has passed away. You know,
Dang.
so he had a lot of, although he raised them, but I don't think he had the best relationship. Just kind of, because of how stern he was. But I'm
Yeah.
sure the cat did the best he could. You know what I mean?
You know what? Since you know so much backstory about him, I could see why you kind of sympathize with him a bit. Because I don't know too much about Ricky Smiley except for his morning show and like some
Mm,
acting roles. So,
yeah.
you know, but
Yeah, no,
okay.
I mean, I was in. I kind of see how he interacted with his kids and how he wanted to make them, show them how to get their own jobs. He wasn't
Mhm.
just trying to hand them stuff.
Yeah.
I commend the dude for that.
Yeah.
But you know,
He
nobody's
wasn't he wasn't texting in the hot tub at the end of every episode on his BlackBerry.
texting in the hot tub on his BlackBerry. I don't remember that.
Ah, you don't remember Russell Simmons? What?
Oh no, yeah, no, he wasn't doing that Russell Simmons crap. I mean that Rev Run stuff.
Oh, that was that. Did
That
I
was
get the
Rev
name?
Run.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, that was Run doing that. That's texting on BlackBerry and on in the
Joseph
tub.
Simmons, Rev
Joseph.
Run.
Yeah, yeah, he tripped.
Oh man.
But anyway though, man. So yeah, like I said, man, Cat did what he was supposed to do. I like the way he is giving Bernie Mac so much props
Uh huh.
because, of course, my opinion out of all them guys, Bernie Mac was hilarious. I thought Bernie Mac
Hilarious.
was hilarious, man. You know,
Hilarious.
I can't sit and listen to say it and just be, you know, kicked over laughing. I can't. Steve Harvey is garbage to me. I don't think anything he does is funny.
I don't
Nothing.
know. I don't know about garbage, but he's a great talk show host. I mean, not talk show, but game show host. No.
I have. It's nothing Steve Harvey has did where I'm just like laughing. Oh,
Oh
nothing.
yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, I wouldn't see him being remembered for comedy like Bernie Mac, like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy,
Mm-mm.
Cat Williams. Heck, even um, who was who was dang, I haven't seen him in a while. He was an undercover brother, I think, with the afro. What's his name?
Oh, Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin. Even him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Eddie Griffin's okay. Bernie Mac is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Pryor, hands down. And I'm probably biased because I'm in the Richard Pryor later era. Uh, I mean Richard Pryor, man, whole nother level.
I
I don't know
still
how
remember.
familiar you are with Richard Pryor, but
I remember a specific joke. I mean, there's plenty, but the specific one where, uh, where he, he was talking about a woman's, part,
mm,
and he was like, he's like, I don't remember the whole joke. I got to go back and watch that stand up, but
yeah,
the whole thing was hilarious. Eddie Murphy, I have more memories about him and like the delirious stand up, but I
yeah.
remember certain Richard Pryor jokes that
And
just
see, people sleep on Richard Pryor's movies, man. But Stir Crazy is one of the funniest movies ever.
stir
Stir
crazy.
Crazy was one of the funniest movies ever, man. Stir Crazy, Buster Loose was hilarious, man.
Stir crazy. Huh.
With Gene Wilder, one of the funniest movies ever, man. I'm telling you, man. Hands down, one of the funniest movies ever. And, and,
Gotta
and
when you say these and I look up the movie posters, I mean it looks familiar, but man, I gotta go back and watch these.
you gotta go watch Stir Crazy, man. I guarantee you will laugh from the beginning of that movie to
Mm,
the end. Just Richard Pryor, just
man,
Richard Pryor, and then his stand-ups is live in concert, hilarious from start to finish.
man,
Uh, Live on Sunset Strip,
I think I saw that one live on Sunset Strip where he was doing the joke that I was talking about.
Right. He had on a red shirt.
Yeah.
And then the live in
Yeah.
concert, man, is just, I mean, that dude, man.
Yeah,
That
he has
dude.
a red blazer on and on the Sunset Strip. Yep.
Yeah, that dude was hilarious, man. The younger guys be, rating the comedians. They have Richard Pryor way down like 8 or 9. I'm
That
like,
doesn't even
man.
make sense.
I said, man, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know, man.
Maybe if they're talking about being too sensitive because it's just different language back then.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. He can say whatever. Say whatever.
Yeah, yeah, they did say whatever,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, you get a chance, go check out Stir Crazy and Bustin' Loose.
I will. I will.
You like it. Then he started getting kind of, you know, when he started making the toy and all that. That was a little, you know.
Toy. Maybe I've seen that. The toy. Uh okay. These are movies that I saw in our like DVD stash. That's why I've seen all these. So I don't
Right,
remember seeing them, but yeah, like the covers.
right.
Yeah, definitely. I remember Richard Pryor and things like what was that? One of his you know last movies. Like with Eddie Murphy, of course,
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights
See,
and
by Harlem Nights, man, he wasn't even. He wasn't even. He was kind of. He was kind of like Eddie is now. He's not
mhm,
really super funny because
mhm.
he's older. You don't have as much energy. So
He was
once
out of
he
the
did,
way.
yeah, once he did Harlem Nights, I mean, he didn't have a whole lot of funny stuff in Harlem Nights.
Yeah,
Richard Pryor did.
he was more serious.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, go check that out, man. Go check that out. Yeah. So I was looking at this guy, man, and he was talking about how men are here. I don't know what you think about this, you know. And I kind of been watching you here as of late, man, and I've been watching your growth, and it's refreshing to see how you're growing up, man. And not to say you were not a grown up, but just by some of your the way you think now is
Mm.
I don't say a little bit more mature, but it's a little
Say it.
bit more,
Hey,
by
say it.
my standards, it's a little bit more you think like a man.
I
I'm
see.
gonna, I'm gonna say it like
Yeah.
that. So the guy was talking, man, and I'm like, he's absolutely right. Guys are basically here, man, to impress. We love impressing. We actually go to work, make money and stuff like that. A lot of people, a lot of women don't know. Men love to spend their money on their woman. On their woman. You know what I'm saying? They love it, man. They love to spend money on their women and their kids.
Mhm.
So basically, when a man goes and makes money and work and stuff like that, it's not a whole lot he wants.
Right.
You know, depends on what kind of guy you are. Me myself, I don't do a lot of jewelry. Um, I don't do no expensive shoes.
No, same. Mm-mm.
I don't have a lot of toys. I don't have motorcycles. Not that I can't buy this stuff. I don't want the stuff.
Don't really got a taste for it.
Don't have a taste for it at all, man. Don't have a taste for it at all. But what I've learned is that when you go and make money, man, and you have a lady or some kids, and you're able to spend your money on your lady and your kids, man, most guys, after they reach a certain level of, uh, you know, maturity, it makes them feel great
Yeah,
to be able to do that, man. It
definitely.
makes them feel great. And especially when it gets off into, women asking, that's kind of when they be on that line like, damn, almost to the point to where, is she digging me for me or she digging me for, you know what I'm saying?
Fortunately, I don't have that, but I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when guys tend to shy away. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of ladies don't realize, man, if you don't play that card and you just be there for this guy,
Yeah.
most guys will get their ladies and their kids the world, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they will go to work to be able to do things for their woman, man. You know what I'm
Pretty much.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Men like to, they love to, and it kind of goes back to the guy last week and paying for everybody at the deal. Now he's probably done that before, and he
Mm-hmm.
had to break that off. You know, I thought about it.
Yeah.
He's probably done it before,
Right.
and they just started expecting him to do it. So he had to get to a point to where he kind of like, I can't keep doing this.
Exactly.
You feel
Exactly.
me?
You are not my immediate.
Right.
You're not the most important thing.
Yeah. And he want to be like, okay, if I do it, I want to do it because I want to do it, not because I'm
Yeah. Not pay
expected
for
to
all
do
her
it.
friends. Pay for
Right.
her and whoever I choose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I bet you he's paid for everybody before.
Mm-hmm.
So they just kind of expected it out of him. So but I think that's the essence of a man, bro. If you know, but he wants to do
Man,
it on his dime, when he gets ready.
man, I tell you what, it definitely felt great. It felt natural. Felt like when I paid for like
Yeah, I
that
remember
dinner that I
that.
was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that surprised me that I did not think I'd ever, and this falls in line with what you're saying. Um, my girlfriend's sister has a daughter, so
Mm-hmm.
that would be my niece. If we
Right.
get married, that's niece-in-law.
Right.
Um, she's like 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We for her birthday, we're in the well, first off, she was like, "Where should we get her a gift from?" I was like, "She's 2. Go to Walmart." Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, even then, even though I'm like, we're not gonna go all out on 2-year-old, we're like in the shoe aisle, and I'm in it. And I'm like, no, 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 what you picked, no, 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 she's not gonna like that, And I'm like, nah, get her these, I'm like,
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like I don't really care about stuff like that, but it was about getting her something. And
Right.
then ever since then, I'm like, we need to get her something else, and
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
Christmas for your sisters and this and that. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. You are. I mean, it feels good to be able to make your own money like a man and be able to spend your money and be
yeah,
good.
yeah,
It feels good, man, and that's exactly my point. Men actually love that. We love it, man. We love being able to make money and spend money on our loved ones. You know what I'm
man,
saying? Especially when you're not one of those guys who, you like what we say, you like a bunch of jewelry and all this
right,
crap. You ain't going to the strip club throwing
right.
money. You're not doing those things. So when you're not doing all those things, you're not buying you don't have a weed budget per month.
You
You
got
don't
some
drink.
extra to spend.
You got some extra to spend, man. And being able to do it makes guys feel good to
Hmm.
make other people feel good. And then they kind of like you impress them. It is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it.
And for me, so my girlfriend doesn't really like too much either.
Mm,
So for me, it's kind of different. It's more of like, okay, well, I know you really appreciate the house. I know you appreciate your own, space. I
yeah,
know you appreciate, me taking interest in like your family. So like,
mm,
then it manifests there. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
let's go to the movies. No, let's pay for the tickets and stuff. Let's do get your niece some boots because it's Texas. She needs her first pair of boots. Stuff
yeah,
like that. Like
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. That's cool, man. That's cool. And it's just like some of these guys who, when you get to talking about these people that's in the news right now, these celebrities, man, the Diddy's of the world. And by the way, I just gotta say, I am a big time fan, just as you are, of Will Smith.
okay, Will Smith. Yeah, I thought you
Will
were
Smith.
saying somebody else.
Now we have been talking about Will Smith. This is going to go into what I'm about to say. we've been talking about for a while now. We've been talking, because the rumors have been coming out and stuff like that. BJ, I gotta actually say, man, I'm starting to believe the rumors, bro.
About him being on the other
Yeah,
team?
yeah,
Why? Because
yeah.
there's just so many people saying it.
So many, and then I'm like, that's probably why his lady handles him the way she handles him because she knows all of this stuff. That's why Puff Daddy paid this girl all this money because she knew stuff that she could prove.
Hmm.
Will's wife can prove some of this stuff, man.
Huh.
She has evidence somewhere that she can prove, yeah, this dude been getting, yeah.
You are wow. I wouldn't, I was ready to just tear down whatever the heck you had to say about Will Smith. But when you brought in his like gay rumors as like justification for how Jada's been treating him, it just like
Yeah,
clicked. It just clicked.
yeah.
It's like, geez, but I still don't want to believe that. But that would make so much sense.
BJ, that's why the lady has no respect for the guy.
That would make complete sense.
That's why she has no respect for the guy because she knows about all of this stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah, she knows about it, man. And by all of this stuff going on, you think about somebody like Will, somebody like Diddy, and these guys with
Yeah.
all of these hundreds of millions of dollars. Do you think it's some truth in when a guy exceeds so much money, regular sex is not good enough anymore?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard of that, and I believe that. Well, I don't think it's just money. I think it's also the money that makes them, like sex addicts, and then I think regular sex doesn't become, you know, exciting anymore. That's what I think. I think they have to become a sex addict first, not just have the money.
I almost feel like it's not a sex addiction thing. I think that they have so much money and they can do basically whatever they want to do that they start trying to come up with different things that they can do because they have so much money that they
Hmm.
typically wouldn't be able to do,
Hmm.
which means get these guys, hey, if you want to do XYZ, you got to do XYZ.
I didn't want to agree with that either, but I think it makes sense because when people make more money, they act completely different. So then also that means they would change some rules that maybe they
Mm-hmm.
lived by before, because they're like, those rules don't apply to me. I could buy my way into any, like, I buy my own rules. I build my own thing. You're not gonna walk in here and call me,
So,
blah blah blah.
yeah,
Back versus when they were broke, they're afraid of anyone calling them something.
yeah,
Anyone and everyone is like, a threat. But then when you create your own bubble, and I guess you live in your little rich, Barbie house.
yeah. And you get a young Brashear Gray coming in saying,
Come on.
can you guys help me?
No.
You
Ah.
get a young Brashear Gray coming in saying, can you guys help me? And they saying, yeah, we can help you. What you gonna do for us?
We talked about him, right? Or
Yeah.
no? Oh,
So
because
you got these heavy hitters, man,
yeah.
that can all they gotta do is snap their fingers and you in their next movie. You are overnight success. All they gotta do is just snap their fingers and say, come on. So you coming in, hey man, can y'all help me, man? Yeah, we can help you. What you gonna do for us though? Well,
Hmm.
what you mean? I mean, I appreciate it, man. Nah, that ain't how this work, bro. That ain't how this work. What are you
No.
willing to do, man? What are you willing to do to get to the next level? I can get you there. And he looking like, I know you can get me there. I mean, look who you are. Yeah, I can get you there. I know people. All I gotta do is make a phone call and you in there. All you gotta do, come on upstairs. That's what that money, when you get exceed so much money, man, that's what it turns you into.
We're driving down conspiracy road here, and I am not here for it. This is where I make a stand. This is where I draw the line. I don't see and hey, we don't know these people. We do not know these people at all. We know a name, we know music videos, we know movies, stories, rumors. That's all. So what I'm saying could be completely wrong, but I just don't see Will Smith doing that.
Let me say this right here. Let me say this right here. I know guys personally, because this is what this whole thing is about. It's not about the whole Will Smith and that thing. But
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I can tell you is I have peers that I know. Well, I ain't gonna say peers, but I know guys who make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys that I know, some of them, a couple of them that make a lot of money, they really feel like they can have any woman. They feel
Mm.
like they can talk to anybody any kind of way. I've heard them fire people real aggressively.
Hmm.
Um, I've heard them talk to their family members like they 2 feet tall. Okay, and it's all because they're the ones in a circle with the money.
Yeah. King of the
So,
Hill.
so pretty much the king of the hill, and a lot of these people that they were handling rough depend on them,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. Is when you get X amount of dollars, it will turn you into something, and take you. It makes you start feeling like that, you untouchable.
Okay, I see you may have hit the nail on the head with that one because anybody, no matter how good natured, when they get some money, some power, there's always going to be a little a little bit of that, at least a little bit of that. I haven't yet seen even the most that I like celebrity that I thought was even the most humble not seem like some type of gatekeeper. And I don't mean like gatekeeper as in, like a Harvey Weinstein, like if you want to be in my movie, you know, yada
Right.
yada yada do this. But I mean in the sense of like you depend on me, you gotta
Yeah.
act a certain way around me.
Right.
You gotta talk to me a certain way. You gotta allow me to make certain jokes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like the lead, like if you have a comedian and they have like an entourage around them,
Yeah.
it's a completely different like little bubble where his jokes, however raw or whatever, you understand their jokes and you always give it the benefit of the doubt and this and that,
Right.
and if you don't get it and you don't fit in the group, you don't fit in the circle, and
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
When Kevin Hart was doing his little show with his guys,
Mm-hmm.
he and his the trainer, they got into it big time. I don't know if you saw that or remember that,
No.
but they got into it big time. They was drinking a little bit. Kevin Hart was really going off on the guy because of something that the guy didn't agree with him on. Just didn't agree with him. It was just two different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
No right or wrong, but because he didn't agree with Kevin, I mean, and like I said, he had a little drink in him. Kevin was
Yep.
saying you can get the and you can,
Yeah.
this and that, and bodyguard like, don't who you are. You don't talk to me like
Yeah,
that.
and I've seen his trainer.
Yeah,
That's a serious dude.
right. And that happened that night. And Kevin Hart, you could you do this, cause he, alcohol and
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you get half past tipsy, that ain't nothing but truth serum.
yeah, yeah.
That's how you really feel.
Kevin got besides himself on that one.
He got beside himself, but the trainer was like, I don't who you are, you can't handle me like that, da da da, this and
Mm-hmm.
that, and this and that. Of course, the next couple of days they made up and this and that.
Right.
But that's the kind of thing that happens when you feel like I'm the man.
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah.
As hard as it is when you get bread, when you get money, you have to stay humble, man, because that's going to able you to continue to get money. When
Yeah.
you start acting like you're better than everybody else. Even if you're making the money, man, you're gonna be miserable.
Miserable.
You're gonna be miserable. So, I mean, you have to have a cleansed soul. You have to treat people from the executives to whomever's mopping the floors. You have to treat them the same.
Yeah.
Because once you start pissing on people, man, like they beneath you,
Yeah.
you're gonna come tumbling down like London Bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this the other day. If a leader, if a leader is, leading through you, let's say leading some people through a jungle, the pure definition of leader means you got followers. Okay, they are following you. If
Mm-hmm.
you shut them down, you don't let them speak, you say what I say goes, you kind of lead by fear or whatever, or just lead by like, just by consequence or however, you know, when, a leader, they don't know everything. They're
Mm-hmm.
leading by the best, but really they're the people following them should really, support the leader, and that's how they get further and further, because the leader has to have a good variety of followers that know more than they do, all
Yeah.
collectively.
Right.
Now, if you're shutting them all down, if you're the king of the hill, if they can't speak, if they gotta, tuck tail and you know
Mm-hmm.
all that, bow their heads behind you, when you're leading them through this jungle and you don't see this tiger about
Mm-hmm.
30 meters that way, but the people behind you do, you
Yeah.
keep walking over there. I guarantee you they're not going to be behind you or tap you on the shoulder
Mm-mm.
when, when that tiger starts nibbling on you and you turn
Mm-hmm.
around. Nobody,
That's
because
right.
you didn't show them that respect. And I get exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't treat them right.
Right. Yeah. And that's what a lot of these guys do. Like Rob said, that money make them think they're better than everyone. Exactly, man. It goes to some of them head. And your scenario is awesome, man. A leader is not a dictator.
Mhm.
A leader is somebody who takes um, suggestions from his team, and all a leader does, man, is go ahead and make that hard final decision and live with it,
Right.
and puts the burden on himself or on herself. Um, but that's the difference between a leader and a dictator. A dictator is like what you say. No, it's my way or the highway. I'm the only one making the decisions. That's not a productive leader, man.
And then you can't trust anybody,
Right. And
and
nobody
you
trusts you. I mean, they just
exactly.
ride with you because you calling the shots for
Uh-huh.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
Um, but
But
a
as soon as
leader,
something happens, gone.
mhm,
They are gone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes they take you out.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So you absolutely right, man. Absolutely right. But yeah, Rob, I think that a lot of these guys, man, they get that money and they just start, I think I've actually heard Diddy refer to himself as God.
And Kanye has the whole Yeezus thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. And that's just not that's just not gonna work long term, man.
That's wild. That's crazy.
It's
Mm.
just not gonna work long term. Um, so I mean, hopefully, man, if you are on that path and you do get a chance where God bless you with a substantial amount of wealth, that you maintain being humble, man, and allow yourself to bless others around you and continue to grow by being a good leader and listening to others' opinions and relying on your team. That's why Jordan was great, but he was truly great when he started winning the championships.
Hmm.
And he didn't start winning championships till he got a team around him and he
Hmm.
started trusting his team.
Yeah.
Before that, he had a team around him, but he didn't trust nobody on his team, so he would get out there with 50 plus points, but they would lose.
Right. Right.
So once he started trusting his team and he actually started leading, that's when they
Hmm.
start winning.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah,
Trust and support. Trust and support.
have to, man. Have to. I was talking to a guy, man, and this was a pretty in-depth conversation we was having. And we were talking personal ships, personal relationships, man. And you know, I was saying, and he agreed with me. And I want to get your take on this, Rob. You chime in on this, man. But I was saying that I would rather you be happy, meaning my lady. I would rather you be happy with someone else than to stay with me and be miserable. Now, most of the time, um, women, when they break something off, man, it's because it's over. They don't care no more. They out of
Yeah.
there. A lot of times, if you have a guy who breaks something off, then he just have what I feel like is the courage to say, look, man, we waddling in misery right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really like me, I don't really like you. We can't continue to day by day live this way.
Mm-hmm.
And make that hard decision to say, I'm gonna let you go, man, because you deserve happiness. I
Yeah.
deserve happiness, you deserve happiness.
Right.
And so me and this gentleman was talking, and I was saying that, and he was like, man, I agree, man. I agree. However, he was in that misery pot. I mean, not wanting to, I mean, there was no, they walking by each other, in the house, man, like almost like dorm mates that don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to get too close when they walk by each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's horrible, man. And and it's just like, damn, bro, how long you gonna deal with that? How long
Yeah.
would she allow you to deal with that? How long would she deal with that?
Yeah. It's especially as a man. I mean, as a man, you know whether it's gonna get fixed or not, whether
Yeah,
this is repairable or not.
right,
You know, you know
right,
that. You know
yeah,
that because typically we're not thinking about it. We don't think of every situation as it's the end of the world, end of the world. So we kind of have like a clearer mindset on like, okay, is this really the end or is this just a little bump?
yeah, yeah.
So
You can tell
yeah.
just by the different, because you probably already had several disagreements, and you know how that goes. And
Mm-hmm. Oh, you muted yourself somehow. There you go.
by the next day, you like, hey, what you want to eat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Isn't that? It always has to be that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
uh,
that's just kind of how it go, man. I mean,
yeah.
you had a disagreement the day before. Y'all kind of like went to sleep. Woke up,
Mm-hmm.
went to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get ready to get off, hey, what you text or whatever, hey, what you want to eat? You know,
Pretty much. Gotta
and
eat, and that's it.
yeah,
That's it.
that kind of break the wind. You know what I mean? Pause. That kind of break the ice. You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
But like you said, then the man knowing that it takes courage for him to break it off.
yeah, yeah, it takes a lot of courage for a guy, man. Cause typically what will happen with a guy, he'll just go get that respect somewhere else and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you go on your way, I go on my way. Let's do this sooner than later. It takes courage to know that, and not to know it. It doesn't take courage to know it. It takes courage to act on that when you know that.
It definitely takes courage, man. And a lot of people don't possess that, and they'll just continue to wallow in that bad water, man,
Mm.
forever until one or the other dies.
Ugh.
That's
Yeah,
sad, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
That's sad, man. How it's almost like when they say the best ideas and the best businesses are in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these relationships, man, you'll just wallow in that misery day in and day out, and then somebody gets sick and die. It's hard to say it that way, but it's
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah, that is reality. Yeah, that
You
is
know,
reality.
versus getting somewhere and being happy and
Yeah.
and who knows, man? Maybe somewhere down the line y'all may reconnect. Who knows? But um, when you know that when you're in that unhappy stage and it's just you know sleepless nights and
Mhm.
you going to work and all this is on your mind and because your
Yep.
house, man, like you told me when you got your house, it was like nothing else.
Yeah.
You're in your
Yeah.
space, your safe haven, your
Yeah.
castle, whatever you want to call it. You feel more comfortable in your house than you do anywhere, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And so when you start going through that kind of crap, you no longer even want to come home.
Oh man, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
even want to come home.
Mm-hmm.
Start. But then that's resentment right there. When you, when your safe place, your safe haven, your safe house feels tainted.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
depression
It's
and all that, resentment, all that,
all that
whatever comes. Yeah.
bubble guts, not
Yeah. Oh
wanting,
yeah.
all of that, bro.
Yeah.
Rob said he agreed. He wanted her to be happy with someone else rather than stay together and be miserable. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just how it. That's just the way to go, man.
Hey.
That's just the way to go. It's just some, like you said earlier, some stuff is just not repairable,
Mm, no.
you know, and it's unfortunate, but it's a reality, man. So like I said, me and him was talking, and I said that, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you right, man, you right." Well, you know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, especially when you have built and invested and all of that, man. You just kind of like, oh well, I'm gonna just stay in this shit. You
Like
know,
Robert said, some people stay together because they're worried about what people are gonna say.
he right, man, and I think that's horrible.
Ooh.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible. But he's absolutely right. Some people be concerned with people saying, "Oh man, they ain't together no more." When these people really don't give a freak. You know what I mean?
It must be worse as a celebrity, right?
Mm,
You know.
I think it's worse as a regular person.
Oh really?
With a celebrity, a celebrity, at least you got some bread. You can go to another country for a while. Just
That's
kick
very
it.
true. It's very true.
You a regular person, you got to get up and go to work the next day.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and be dealing with that, clocking in while you with your coworkers around you, and you over there
Yeah.
miserable trying to, have this brave smile when somebody cracking a joke that they normally crack. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. The pain part of it, I agree,
yeah,
because you can't really escape it. I
can't
was I
escape it,
was
man.
I was I guess what I should have said was, I think for celebrities it might be enhanced for them, that whole like caring about what other people are gonna say or how this is gonna look. I was thinking of
Not,
that. No, not
I,
even.
I,
What do you
I
think?
think the only thing they have to deal with is, the split money
Hmm.
and lose a lot of money. But
Hmm.
as far as what people, I think most people expect celebrities to break up anyhow.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. I mean, that's why we so impressed when you have the Denzel Washington and his lady stay together, the Samuel Jackson and
Yeah.
his lady stay together,
Yeah.
the Beyonces and Jay-Z stay together.
Beyonce
Um,
and Jay-Z.
but you see what happened when Jay had his little deal.
Mm-hmm.
People was like, "Damn, we ain't think gonna last that long."
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And then when Kevin Hart with his lady had the little deal, we was like,
Yep.
"Oh yeah, they finna break up." Well, we knew that wasn't
Yeah.
gonna last.
And it just seems normal. Yeah.
Yeah, just normal. But
Yeah.
when BJ and Tanae, if BJ and Tanae break up, we're gonna be like, damn man, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be bummed out.
What's mom gonna say?
Yeah,
What
all that,
friend?
man.
Members of their family, and you
The
done told people
niece,
at work, and
all that, man, all that. So I think it's worse on regular people.
you're right, because I mean, then they don't even get the update right away unless you know have everyone on Facebook and you blast it out or something. So they're
Yeah,
all talking to you like that other person is still around.
that's right.
And then you gotta like, do you tell them? Some people don't even tell. You
That's
know?
right. If Beyonce and Jay break up, we'll know by in the morning.
Boom. She don't have to tell nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
yeah, yeah. Ralph said he heard that every day at work. He said most people worried about starting over and being broke instead of putting their happiness first.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when you come from a certain, when you got certain things and running a certain way. Yeah, man, it takes a lot to just say, "Hey, man, I got to start over." You know. Um,
I feel like for someone that pays all the bills, or a man in that case, or a woman that pays
mhm.
all the bills, um, I don't think that would be such a problem because some of their money is gonna free up. You know, especially if they got like the right contract in their marriage. The right marriage agreement. But
Free
um,
up.
I would think the money would free up.
Um, well, it just depends on what state you're in. I mean, because you might have to pay alimony to somebody who would another somebody blowing their back out every night. You got to send out a check every month. You know what I mean? and if you got kids, then now you got to throw child support out there, and then
Uh,
you still got to go buy a house, and you still got to take your car, and you ain't gonna just sit around on your hands. Eventually, you are gonna get another woman. Now this
mm,
woman gonna want some of the money, so now
mm,
you got two women you spending money on, plus your kids, plus you done bought another house. You know, so
man,
now the
yeah,
no, the money don't free up, partner. It get
yeah,
worse, actually.
yeah. Dang,
Yeah, yeah,
dang.
yeah, yeah.
Because I immediately thought when Robert said that, I immediately thought about people that kind of rely more on each other, and this is the most money they've ever had because they're relying on each other. But I mean, what you're saying is definitely a crazy point for the one that isn't relying.
Mm,
When they break it off, you got to come off some money because
you
some
gotta
things are
come off some
changing.
money,
Yeah.
and now you out there. I mean, women are expensive, man.
Hmm.
So now you got to entertain other women because you don't have your lady no more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
they gonna come with a price. They gonna want to hang out. They gonna want to go to here. They gonna want to go to there. They want to go. They gonna probably gonna want a little help. Can you help me a little bit if I'm,
Oh yeah. It's back in
So
that game. Yeah.
yeah. So
Mm.
no, that's how that worked, man. Rob said I see guys had to call home before they buy something to eat just to avoid an argument.
You told me about the guy. You were at a bar with your friend
Yeah, hold
and
up,
his
man.
and his
Pause.
what?
Pause, man. Pause. 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 Yeah. 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 I mean, that's right, man. Some guys are on a short leash like that,
Yeah.
man. I could never do that, man. I could never do it. It makes me feel like I'm not responsible enough as a man to do the right thing.
Oh man. I had a friend. His girlfriend texted him. Wife probably at the time texted him talking about like what did you just buy? I think we were at a fast food place, and she's like, "What?
Mhm.
Why did you just?" And he's like, "I'm out eating." She's like, "Well, that's not what we agreed on." Whatever their argument went into, and I'm like, "Dang,"
Yeah.
because he's still right here next to me. He's venting to me. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dang,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
jeez."
That's a dang G's reaction.
Yeah, yeah. Sharing accounts. That's different. That's
Yeah.
different. I don't know if I'll ever get to sharing accounts level. I mean, maybe with kids.
Man, if you can get, I mean, and it's just my own suggestion. You take it or leave it, because it kind of brings controversy. That's the traditional thing that people feel like that's the blueprint that they gotta go by. Oh, it's just now we married. It's just it ain't no more me now. It's us, and we gotta share accounts. We got that brings a whole opens up a whole can of worms, man. Because most of the time, women feel like what they buy is justified versus what you buy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Big time.
yeah.
Big time.
Why you don't need that? But then here she come with, and
10
see most
Amazon packages.
yeah, and then most men they don't monitor stuff that way.
Uh-huh.
We don't care long as the bills are paid. Hey
Yeah.
man, buy whatever you want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Women are not like that. They trying to see what you buying. If you may be buying something and spending money on somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
They
they
pay a little
looking
too
at
much
stuff
attention.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Um. So yeah, the whole. Now I can see. I have an account. You have an account. And then we come together and do certain things. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
To pay certain things or whatever. But that whole one account and we just you know
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a benefit to merging the accounts because it's easier to do budgeting. You can see exactly what you have and what you can spend and all that. But if you're both responsible,
yeah
and you two are communicating about the bills and everything, then hey,
should be good.
should be good. And that's
Yeah,
where we're at. So I'm not trying to get to share,
yeah.
shared account
And
level.
if I need your back, you got it.
Exactly.
If you need my back, I got you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's just to me that's the easier way versus
Yeah.
we had $5,000 in the account. Now we got 3,800 in there. What you buy?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Huh?
Just more problems.
Yeah. What you buy? What you spend $1,200 on? Oh man, I got this for this backseat cover for my car. Why you for $1,200? Damn man, I go to work every day, man. I work 12 hours a day. What are you talking about? Ain't like we can't afford it.
Uh-huh.
That just don't make sense to me.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to get to that. No, no, no. I'm serious.
Yeah,
Disgusting. No. I never
yeah,
want to get to that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Rob said he don't believe in that either. Women impulse buy.
That too. I don't want to look in the account and see a different number than what I left it at.
Yeah,
you know?
damn sure gonna see it though. Damn man, what was $800? I mean, I what? I seen these shoes I wanted.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. She adds her 2,000, you add your 8,000 to the account. She goes ahead and spends 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
We still
no.
have 5,000 in there. We good. Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
uh-uh.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Exactly. So listen, bro, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Listen, great show, man. I appreciate you, man. Rob, thank you for stopping through, man. You and Lou, we appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Finna get off into these playoffs, baby. It's about to go down, man. The Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers finna get it in. Um, who is let me see, Kansas City playing. Damn, I had it on. I don't have it in front of me, man. I don't have it in front of me. But anyway,
Uh, well, yeah, Kansas City versus the Dolphins.
Kansas City and the Dolphins is gonna be a good one. They playing outside though, and it's already snowing in Kansas City. And the Dolphins is coming from Miami, the Sunshine State, baby. I don't know how they gonna fare, Rob. I don't know how they gonna fare, man. I don't know what Tyreek Hill gonna be able to do in that snow. You know he going home play them guys. I don't know how it's gonna work out for him. It's gonna be an uphill battle for sure. Um, who else we got? Buffalo playing. Who the Buffalo Bills got? The
Uh,
Pittsburgh Steelers.
versus the oh yeah Steelers. Yeah,
Pittsburgh
on
Steelers.
Sunday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big Josh Allen. He gonna do his thing. Uh, So it's going. I mean, great. Yes, that Chief gonna dumb me. Yeah, I think so too, Rob. It's gonna be a great playoff uh, weekend, man. So I know I'll be locked in, checking it out.
Hmm.
And yeah, we'll come back next week and talk about it just a little bit. Until then, y'all have a good weekend and we'll holler. Peace.
Peace.